So today we are going to discuss about complete overview about Django framework. So you can see before going to start Django framework, I will give you some small example. For example, I have one web application. If every web application is completely having two parts, completely front end will be there, and at the same way, back end part also there. So front end means like whatever we are seeing on the screen, that is considered as front end. Simply we can say presentation. And back end means in back end we are going to write for functionality purpose some business logics we are going to write. That is about back end thing. So for back end thing, we have Python programming language. By using Python programming language, we are going to write backend business logic. Then what about frontend? So for this purpose, by using Python only, they have developed one web framework that is called Django framework. Django is high-level web-based framework, front-end framework. So it is completely open source. Open source means it is completely free software only. So if we have one website, djangoproject.com. So here we'll find the complete guidelines about Django framework only. Okay. So and next one. What are the major features of Django? Normally, Django has been developed in 2003 only. So by using Django, we can develop the front-end logic. And what are the features of Django? First one is it is very fast. By using Django, developers can develop their application very fast. Why? Because here so many inbuilt features are there. No need to depend on other team members. And the second one is it is fully loaded. Like here so many inbuilt features are there like sitemaps, RSS maps, feeds. Like this so many features are there. No need to write code line by line. And after that, major feature is security. Nowadays, for web application, security is the main issue. So many applications are facing this issue, but Django is providing with perfect security for any kind of application also. And after that, scalability also one of the important factor. For example, at a time, some 50,000 members are going to open same application. Sometimes we'll find the server down or not found server error. Like these type of errors we may face. But Django having good scalability, it not going to repeat these kind of errors. And the last one is versatile. Versatile means by using Django, we can develop small scale to large scale application. We can develop any kind of applications also. Simply e-commerce application, static application, dynamic, any kind of applications also we can develop by using Django framework. Simply, these are the important features about Django framework only. So normally like Django, we have different frameworks are available. But why people are going with Django? Now you just observe currently all top applications, whatever we are using in our regular life, everybody are using Django only. Simply like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Dropbox, like this, all top applications are going to use Django about their security purpose, about their scalability purpose also. So simply this is about some small introduction about Django framework. So now we are going to discuss about in detail information about Django. So normally by using Django, simply we can create one project also. So for example, if we want to work with the project, simply I will go with Django framework. So you can see here in one project, we can create n number of applications also. For example, I have one bank application, bank project will be there. There I have one application for loans, one application for current accounts, one application for savings account. Like this, in one project, we can create a multiple applications also. By using Django only, we are going to create the project. By using Django only, we are going to create the application. Then how to create the project, how to create the application, everything will explain you. So like Django, we have other front-end frameworks also available. All are completely MVC based architecture, model view component based architecture. But our Django is MVT based architecture. M means model, V means view, T means template. So model view template. So Django is model view template based architecture. So model means it is related to database, and view means here only we are going to write our code about our logics or functionality purpose. And template, whatever presentation you want to display on the screen, compulsory we have to work with templates also. Means in Django, major concepts are model, view, and templates. These are the major concepts. So now we are going to discuss about by using Django, how we can create the project, how we can create the application, everything. So before going to discuss about that, we should know how Django application will work. So normally just observe here. Here is the visitor. So he is going to send the request. He is going to send the request means he is going to enter the URL. For example, www.abc.com. He entered. Immediately, this request will reach us to our URLs. Why? Because while developing our project, compulsory we have to create the URLs. In case if visitor entered URL is matched with our URL, then automatically this request will go to views. In views only, here we wrote our code, whatever logics are required, here only we wrote the code here. So for example, this request came from URL to view here. So in view, it is connected with templates, and at the same way it is connected with database. Everything, all the connections are going to arrange in here only. After view only, request will go to templates part, and at the same way database part also. So once everything fetching is done, automatically they are going to display our application on the screen. You can see here visitor just to send a request www.abc.com, but inside these many steps are going to follow. Here, okay, visitor will enter URL. We know that. Then how to create URLs, how to create views, how to connect with templates, how to connect with the database. Everything we are going to discuss here. Why? Because by using any framework, if you are developing our application, compulsory this is the same similar process. But here we have views and models, everything. So now by using Django, I'm going to develop one small application. So whenever you want to create a application, compulsory we have to create the project. So if you want to create the project, in first step is we have to install Django. Then how to install Django? Is this necessary to any download any files from online? No need. Just go to your command prompt and enter pip install Django. Then automatically whatever latest version is there, automatically they will install within seconds only. So for example, if we join in any company from last 2 years onwards, they are working on one project. At that time, for example, some 1 point so on. So this is the latest version. So current latest version is some 2 point so on. So you can see here we joined recently. So that's why we are going to install pip install Django. Automatically they will install 2.5. But previous people are using one version only. So in case if we want to install same version, at that time you have to mention the version name also. For example, I entered 1.51. Then in case if version is available, then automatically it will install. This is the simple process how to install Django in our device. Okay, installation is done. Then how to create a project, how to create the application. So we have to follow 5 to 6 different steps. So first one is we have to create the project by using Django. After that, we have to create application in project folder. After that, we have to add application in project level settings.py. Means in a project level, we have a file settings. In settings level, we have to add our application name. So once application has been added, now just to go to views file, here we have to create the views. Means here we have to write the code whatever we require to develop our application. After that, you have to define the URLs. Means you have to create the URLs. What kind of URLs you have to create depends on your views only. And finally, you have to run the server. In case if any errors are there, they will display the error information here so that we can fix. Or otherwise, they will display no issues. They will display one IP address. Why? Because we are developing our application in our system. That's why our system IP they will display. So simply we have to enter in this in our browser. Automatically our application will display. Simply this is about the step-by-step process of how to develop application by using Django framework. Now I am going to develop one small application by using Django. So what about the first step? It is about we have to start the project. Whenever you have to start the project, we have to enter this command. Simply Django -admin start project. So here we have to enter project name. Django -admin start project. You can create the project name. After that, how to create application. If you want to create application, compulsory we have to enter Python space manage.py start app, and here we have to enter your app name only. So like this step by step we have to follow. Now I am going to create one small application. So just to open your command prompt. So here you can see by default they are showing C drive. For example, I am going to store my project in E drive only. In E drive, I am going to create my project. How to create the project? Django -admin start project, and here we have to enter the project name. For example, my project name is some Netflix. This is about my project. Simply I have entered here. In case if any errors are there, they will display, or otherwise they will create our folder in E drive only. Now we can see already what they are saying. Netflix is already exist. Simply I will create one project, for example, N project only. So automatically they will create a project in my E drive. So let me check. So just to go to E drive. So here my project name is N project. So here you can see N project has been created. Just to open this one, automatically we'll find again project subfolder along with one manage.py subfile also there. So by using manage.py, we can run the application, we can create the application, we can run the server. All this is like admin related to your application related activities only. So just to go to your project subfolder, here we have by default, they will create some files. Here you can see underscore underscore init underscore underscore. This is one empty Python package. In this file, nothing will be there, just a empty file only. Here you can see settings will be there. So here we are going to add our application. In settings file, we have all project related settings stored here only. If you want to configure something also, you can configure in settings.py. And after that URLs file is available. Whenever you want to create, whenever you want to define your application URLs, you have to define here itself. And ASGI and WSGA, two files are there. Whenever we are going to launch our application, at that time we are going to use WSGI and ASGI. These all files are created by Django by default. Now we can see we just created Django project, but here you can see inside all Python files are there. That's why Django is Python based high level framework only. So just now we have created our project, and now I'm going to create my application. How to create application? Python space manage.py start app and app name. I told you, by using manage.py, we can create the apps. By using manage.py, we can run the server also. So for example, first where I have to create my application in N project only. So first you enter into your project. For example, I have entered into my application only. So here I am going to create my application. Simply Python space manage.py start app. Here you have to enter the app. For example, my app name is N app only. Just to enter. In case if app already exists, they will display already exist error, or otherwise they won't display anything. Now again, just to go to here project folder. Here you can see N app. One more folder has been created automatically. Just to open this, here you can see again some sub files are there and one sub folder also there. Here you can see views. Here only we are going to write the code, whatever we require about our functionality. And test. So testers are going to use their test scripts here only. And models, if we want to work with the database related things, we are going to work with models as well as admin also. And apps and init, this is empty file package only. In apps also, they are going to display some default content only. And here you can see migrations. If we are migrating something, normally whenever we have installed Django, whenever we have created the Django project, automatically they will give one default database is called SQL Lite 3. So by using SQL Lite 3, we are going to work with databases, everything. So for example, sir, I don't know anything about SQL. How can I work with database? No need to know about SQL. Why? Because here we are going to write about Python code only. By using Python code, we are going to create one database table. After that, we are going to migrate our Python code into SQL format. After that, we are going to execute. At that time, we are going to use this migration folder also. Simply, these are the inner files of our application level. Now, by using Sublime, we have normally some source editors are there like Atom, Sublime, PyCharm, Notepad++, like so many editors are there. By using Sublime, I am going to upload my entire project so that I will finish the remaining steps. So just to go to file and open your project folder here. So just me upload. My project name is N project. Here is about my project. Now we can see here main project folder, app folder, sub project, and manage.py. That is a thing. So for example, I'm going to run the server. First, why? Because I want to check whether my application settings, everything is done or not. So before that, what about the third step? We have to add our application in settings.py. Whatever application you are developing, same steps you have to follow. So where settings are available, just to go to project subfolder. Here settings.py is available. Just to click on this. Here under installed apps only, here you have to add your application name. Here what is my app? N app. Successfully app has been entered into our settings.py. Now I'm going to run the server. Why? Because if connections are established properly or not. Whenever you want to run the server, you have to use same syntax like Python space manage.py run server. Then automatically it will check. So for example, run server. So now we can see they are checking whether connections are established. So here you can see no issues, zero issues. Then automatically they are displaying some IP address. Now we have to enter this IP address so that we can check whether connection established properly or not. Now let me enter here. So whenever you want to open auto compulsory, you have to run the server, then only they will display. Now we can see they are showing like successfully installed, successfully settings are done about our application at the same way project level. Here you can see the installed work successfully. Congratulations. And current version related notes also available. Simply, these are the basic steps. First, we have created the project. After that, we have created the application. After that, we have added into our settings.py. Now, what about next step? Here, we are going to work with views only. So here, for example, when our visitor opened my website, at that time, I want to display welcome to eLearn Infotech. Like simple text, I want to display. Like this, I want to display on the screen. So for this, I have to write some code into my views.py only. So in views.py, where it is available? In your application level only, go to views.py is available. Here you can see they are showing create your views here. So whenever you want to display any message to the front end like a visitor, compulsory we have to import the module is called HTTP response. By using this module, we are going to display the message to the visitors on the screen. So let me import this module. I hope you may aware about how to import modules in Python. So from django.http import HTTP response. Okay, successfully we have imported our module. Now I have to create the views. What do you want to display on the screen? So views means here also we are going to write views. View means like we have two type of views are there. Function based views are there and class based views are there. Both are we are going to discuss in real time. Now I'm going to use function based views only. How to create the function? Def space. You can write some view name. For example, home underscore some view. And again, here we have to take the request from the URL. That's why you just to take the parameter is request only. Now, here what message you want to display? You can take one variable and you can store the message. For example, welcome to eLearn Infotech. Here is the message. I want to display my heading in top. That's why I'm going to use H1 tag here. And again, H1 tag closing also. So like this, my message also ready. Now I want to display. Then here you can see here we wrote one view. Compulsory, we have to return also. Return what you want to return HTTP response. Response of what message? Yes only. Now we can say my view is ready. Then after that, we have to connect this view with my URL. Where URLs are available? In project subfolder only. Go to URLs. Here you can see here URL is in project folder. Views is in application level. So compulsory we have to import. So from nyapp import views. So here they are giving some URL pattern also. Just to copy and change your URL name. For example, I want to display home. So you have to connect with your view. Views dot. What is the your view name? My view name is home view. You just enter here. Now we can see visitor enter the URL. Yeah, if URL match, it is connected with view. If view is connected, we have a message. It will display on the screen automatically. So now just you can see server is automatically running. If not running, you have to run manually. So you can see here, no issues they are saying. Now let me enter my URL here. IP address slash what is my URL I have created? Home only. So you just enter IP address slash home only. Now we can see here they are showing some error. Why? Because here some spelling mistake will be there. Let me rectify. Now again you can see here server is running. Now automatically it is loading only. It will display the message like welcome to eLearn Info. So in views, whatever you want to write, you can write automatically, they will display. Simply like this, how to create URL, how to create views, and how to run the server also. So normally here you can see they are showing our IP address. So first one, Here you can see 127.0.0.1. This is our system port number. Okay, IP address, and 8000 is the port number. And here home is our URL. In real time, whenever we are going to launch our application, here we can display our URL www.abc.com/home/services like this. Like this, step by step, we can develop the application. Simply for any kind of application also, these steps are mandatory. So just observe here, in this example, simply I am displaying some welcome to eLearn Infotech small message I am displaying. But I don't want to display message. I want to display entire my application. For that, we have to use different colors, styles, images, videos, different layouts we have to use. So at that time, so we have to work with templates. So by using HTML, we can design the templates. There we can mention whatever content you want to display. For example, in templates, I have some home template and about template, services template, contact template. Like this, different templates are there. We are going to connect by using views file only. Whenever URL entered by visitor, it connects with the visitor view. Automatically view connected with particular template only. So like this, we can connect with templates also. So I told you, Django is MVT based architecture. T means template. Here we are going to discuss how to work with template, and after that, views. So just now we have created one view. Then how to work with multiple views, how to connect with templates, how to connect with the database, everything we are going to discuss under views concept only. And after that, here M means model. So how to work with model? So you just observe here, whenever we are starting a project, at that time only we have application folder, project subfolder, and manager at py. But whenever we run the server, automatically one db file has been created, db.sql lite 3. So this is by default database only. So in more, whenever we are going to discuss model concept, there we are going to discuss how to create the tables in our model, how to open the admin panel, how to perform CRUD operations. Everything we are going to discuss under models concept only. So once the templates and the model concept finished, we are going to work with static files concept. Why? Because in any application or website also, compulsory we have to display styles at the same way, images, videos, everything. So in this static files concept only, we are going to discuss. So after that, we are going to start with forms concept. Why? Because whenever you want to collect the information from the users, compulsory we have to work out with forms only. Normally, by using normal front-end technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript also, we can create the forms. By using Django also, we can create the forms. Then what is the difference between Django forms and normal HTML forms? So by using HTML, I'm going to create one registration forms. First, we have to design the form, and after that, we have to perform the validations by using JavaScript. In same way, by using Django also, I'm going to design my registration form, but here validations are not required. Why? Because in starting only, I told you it is fully loaded, it having so many inbuilt features. So validations automatically did by Django framework only. So for example, sir, I don't want Django validations. I want to write my validation, my own validation. Yes, that option also available. So you can write your own validations also. Like this in Django, so many inbuilt features are available. So like this, we are going to work with forms. And after that, whenever a visitor fill the form, I want to send a mail to the admin, or otherwise I want to store form data into my database. For this, we are going to discuss about model forms concept also. Once the model form concept finished, we are going to work with user authentication. Why? Because in any application also, compulsory registration, login, logout, reset password, these fields are mandatory. How to authenticate the users? For this, we are going to use one module is called user authentication module also. And after that, we are going to discuss about cookies, and at the same way session management concept also. Why? Because for example, I went to Amazon website, I have added multiple products, but I didn't purchase. After 5 days also it will be there, but after few days automatically removed. Why? Because in background they had working with cookies and sessions only. So by using a session management, we are going to develop shopping cart also. So like this, number of applications are there, number of different concepts are there. So just now we had created one view, that is functional based view. In case if we want to create class based view, how to work with class based view, how to connect templates by using class based view, how to create, how to work with models by using class based view. Like this entire concepts we are going to cover under class based view only. At the same way, here we have some middleware concepts also there. At the same way, some ORM, object relational mapper concepts also there. For example, whenever we are creating one table for admin in front end only, at that time he don't know anything how to add the data, how to delete the data, how to update the data. We won't give the any admin panel. For them we have to create one admin panel in front end only, like beside the field only we have to display, delete, update, so on. So all these things we are going to cover under ORM concepts only. Like this we have different concepts are implemented in our Django course. Clear, Mahesh?
Yeah, clear.